America just launched its attack today. Venezuela has been preparing for years. Watch every weapon on this list now. See the total defense plan in action? We start with combat strike aircraft. The Su-30 Mk2 dominates the skies. Russian, twin-engine powerhouses lead the way. They have protected borders since the 2000s. These Russian beasts patrol vast regions. They cover coastal areas with serious fire. Long-range missions are like Sunday drives. The Su-30 is a true aerial heavyweight. The F-16 Fighting Falcon joins them. Legendary American fighters from the 80s. These jets simply refuse to quit now. They remain incredibly nimble in dogfights. When border tensions rise, veterans prove it. The F-16 still has what it takes. Decades of service haven't slowed them down. A surprising piece of the defense puzzle. Future aces learn on the Hongdu K-8. Affordable Chinese trainers for new pilots. Cost-effective and reliable for daily sorties. They graduate pilots to the big leagues. The Embraer EM312 Tucano flies low. Brazilian turboprops hunt the jungle canopy. They stop illegal mining and smuggling fast. Perfect for the remote Amazon territories. Rugged enough for any jungle challenge. The Tucano handles whatever nature throws. It is a counterinsurgency master in flight, essential for protecting the southern border. The Northrop F-5 Freedom Fighter follows. Vintage supersonic jets with deep heritage. Small, fast, and mostly ceremonial today. The cool grandparents of the fighter fleet. The U.S. attack is meeting resistance. Venezuela's secret arsenal is now active. Every weapon listed is a calculated trap. Stay tuned for the heavy metal response. Now we look at the helicopter fleet. The Mi-35M2 makes its presence known. Guerrilla groups scatter at the rotor sound. Russian engineering echoes through the valleys. This flying tank holds heavy troops. It unleashes rockets and cannon fire simultaneously. The intimidation factor is through the roof. An aerial fortress for the Venezuelan army. The Bell 412 is a true workhorse. From disaster relief to troop transport roles. Twin rotors keep it stable over water. Canadian reliability in the Caribbean heat. Search and rescue teams swear by them. They perform flawlessly in high-stress missions. A versatile platform for any emergency. Stability meets performance in every flight. The Bell 206 is an American classic. Countless pilots started their careers here. Easy to fly through narrow river valleys. Perfect for scouting where big birds fail. The AS-532 Cougar deploys special forces. French transports moving fast through storms. A full squad reaches the jungle base. Toughness meets tactical excellence. In flight, the Augusto Westland A109 zips between bases. Italian style meets high-speed command efficiency. Elegant engineering shows in every maneuver. Generals travel with speed across the nation. The Enstrom for 80B forgives student mistakes. American training birds for future combat. Mastering basics before the attack helicopters. Small, simple, and essential for the force. Moving on to unmanned aerial vehicles now. The Mojave-6 loiters 4 hours straight. Iranian drones watch borders without pilot risk. Surveillance and strike in one package. The air defense is only the beginning. Unmanned drones are watching every move. Venezuela has built a wall of technology. The ground war is about to get intense. This is the Santarpia drone system. Proudly stamped made in Venezuela for all. Domestic innovation, keeping the nation secure. No pilots at risk during border missions. The Zamora V1 is small and stealthy. It delivers real-time battlefield awareness now. Another local creation for tactical intelligence. Commanders get intel without exposing crews. The ANSU-200 monitors the deep jungle. Cutting-edge tech. For the vast coastline, a Venezuelan and Iranian partnership project. High-tech protection for the entire territory. The Orland 10 is simple but effective. Russian drones working in coordinated swarms. Constant surveillance, despite harsh tropical air. Rugged design keeps them flying high. Let's move to tanks and armor. The T-72B1V is a heavy Russian beast. Explosive reactive armor stops rounds cold. They anchor defensive positions with power. Respect for these tanks is strictly mandatory. They dominate strategic regions across Venezuela. A massive deterrent for any ground invasion. Iron Fist of the Bolivarian Defense Plan. The MX-30V arrived from France early on, modernized by skilled Venezuelan engineers recently. Faster than most contemporary battle tanks, excelling at mobile warfare in open fields. The Scorpion 90 races to trouble spots. Light French tanks that hit very hard. They move fast and disappear into jungles. In this environment, speed equals survival. The AMX-13 features an oscillating turret, pure French engineering from a classic era. The old guard still packs a wallop. The gun remains deadly, despite its age. Armor is clashing on the front lines. The U.S. strategy is hitting a steel wall. These tanks were upgraded for this moment, but the amphibious units are the real threat. The BMP-3M swims across deep rivers. Russian amphibious fighters lead the assault. Troops ride protected from incoming fire. Versatility meets violence on any terrain. The BTR-80A races across the land. 8 wheels provide impressive ground speed. The turret provides cover for urban operations. Rough terrain is just another day's work. The VN-1 is a mechanized infantry leap. Chinese 8-wheelers arrived with high-tech, incredibly mobile on highways and jungle tracks. Modern warfare requires these modern tools. The VN-4 shines in urban environments. Now, city patrols and riot control are easy. It shrugs off small arms fire easily. Crews stay safe during internal missions. The Dragoon 300 uses Austrian engineering. Venezuelan customization allows weapon swaps. Different mission. Just change the loadout. Tactical versatility in a 4-wheel package. The V100 Commando has a boat-shaped hull. It still crosses rivers decades after arrival. Amphibious capability protects the troops inside. A reliable veteran refusing to ever retire. The AMX-13 VTT keeps pace with tanks. French tracked carriers deliver the infantry. They reach the front line every time. Simple battle taxis for the modern war. The TPZ Fuchs is for chemical threats. German precision and exceptional crew protection. 6 wheels of NBC detection expertise ready. Specialized tools for the most sensitive areas. The EE-11 Yuritu conquers the toughest mud. Legendary Brazilian suspension handles the jungle, built for punishment during long patrols. Sand or swamp, nothing stops this carrier. Venezuela is fighting on land and water. The invasion is bogged down in the mud. But wait until you see the artillery. The sky is about to rain Russian fire. The Type 63A fires while floating. Chinese amphibious tanks are uniquely deadly. They protect the Caribbean and river approaches. Naval warfare meets armor on the coast. Now for the artillery and rocket systems. The two S-19 MSTS rains heavy shells down. Russian self-propelled howitzers dominate the field. Mobile fortresses delivering long-range death. Enemy positions evaporate under its fire. Nothing says dominance like 152mm rounds. It moves fast to avoid counter-battery fire. The backbone of the Venezuelan heavy strike. The BM-30 Smerch is a terrifying weapon. One volley covers a massive target area. Russian engineering with incredible rocket range. Few weapons inspire more fear than this. The BM-21 Grad fires 40 rockets fast. It creates a signature wall of fire. This classic truck-mounted system is legendary. Artillery crews love its devastating simplicity. The LAR-160 offers high mobility today. Interchangeable Israeli rocket pods mean variety. Venezuelan forces adapted for any scenario. Flexibility is the key to winning fights. The SR-5 uses digital targeting tech. Chinese launchers are scary and accurate. They fire rockets and guided missiles alike. Precision is now replacing raw volume. The Fazer-5 has deep strike capability. Massive warheads send a clear deterrent. Iranian long-range rockets serve strategic goals. It makes any enemy think twice before the two S-23 known as VK reaches difficult spots. A Russian-wheeled mortar and gun hybrid. It supports light infantry with great speed. Incredibly mobile for the Venezuelan hills. The U.S. forces are under constant fire. The Venezuelan wall of fire is holding. But the air defense is the real secret. Nothing can fly safely in these skies. The M114 demands a very strong crew, delivering reliable firepower for many generations. American-made howitzers, serving faithfully. Today, proven performers that just keep working on. The M101 is simple to operate now, impossible to break, and easy to move. A legendary American light howitzer system. Its long service record speaks for itself. The Otto Malara Mod 56 rules mountains. Italian pack howitzers shine in the Andes. They break down for helicopter transport easily. Compact design meets tactical needs perfectly. Next are the air defense systems. The S300VM is the ultimate sky shield. It tracks everything at extreme distances now. Russian tech guarding against ballistic threats. Sophisticated radars miss absolutely nothing here. It creates a no-fly zone for invaders. The most powerful tool in the arsenal. A strategic layer that changes the war. The WWII is highly mobile today. It is jam-resistant and very precise. Russian tech protecting at mid-altitudes now. Multi-target engagement makes it truly lethal. The S-125 Pachura 2M has new life. Soviet-era defense on modern truck chassis. It still shoots down modern high-tech threats. Proven designs never truly die in war. The Torum-1 engages precision munitions fast. It protects ground forces while rolling forward. Short-range protection against guided enemy bombs. Moving targets are no problem for Tor. The AMX-13 Rafaga shreds low drones. Twin cannons fire from fast French chassis. Aggressive air defense for the armored columns. Low flyers don't stand a chance here. The air war is a total stalemate. Venezuela's shield is proving too tough. But how do they keep moving supplies? The logistics of the defense are legendary. Utility and logistics keep the war going. The tuna is designed and manufactured locally. A Venezuelan workhorse for the rugged terrain. Simple, tough, and proudly homegrown for all. The tuna handles daily operations everywhere, from the city to the deepest jungle. It represents national pride and self-reliance. The foundation of the mobile defense plan. The Dongfeng EQ-2050 hauls heavy gear. Chinese 4x4 south handle extreme off-road punishment. They move through the worst terrain imaginable. Nothing stops them from completing the mission. The HMMWV is an iconic American vehicle, adapted for countless roles in Venezuela today. Scouting, transport, and whatever is required. Legendary versatility across the diverse landscape. The Euro 4320 is unstoppable in mud. Russian 6x6s keep the supply lines flowing. They are legendary for their sheer toughness. Logistics depend on these trucks absolutely. The KAMAZ 43114 keeps the troops armed. It is the Army's modern logistical backbone. Russian cargo trucks built to last forever. Supplies reach the front line without delay. Every truck and jeep plays a part. Without logistics, the defense would crumble. Venezuela has prepared for a long conflict. The machinery of war is from Russian tanks to Iranian drones, from Chinese rockets to American veterans. This mix of technology creates a trap, a total defense plan for the nation. America launched its attack today, indeed, but Venezuela's layers are deep and wide. Every weapon listed is currently in position. The outcome is far from certain now. The world is watching the defense unfold. Venezuela's plan is more than just weapons. It is a strategy of survival and power. Would you like me to analyze the U.S. response? The naval defense begins with frigates. The Marascal Sucre class guards the coast. Italian Lupo design modified for South America. equipped with automatic missiles for surface strikes. Next is the Almirante Bryan frigate, a survivor from the original fleet units. Sensing incoming threats with its radar suite, the heavy hitter of the Venezuelan Navy. The WWII-class patrol boats arrive, Spanish offshore vessels with high-tech sensors, protecting the exclusive economic zones. Speed and range combined for oceanic patrol. Guaycamacuto-class ships follow their lead, smaller but faster for littoral defense missions. They hunt for intruders in shallow waters. Domestic security starts at the shoreline. Pack up. 3 missile boats bring the sting. Small Iranian crafts designed for swarm tactics, armed with Nasir-1 anti-ship guided missiles. High speed makes them very hard to track. Dozens of fast boats hide in coves. They wait for the order to strike. Asymmetric warfare applied to the deep sea, a massive headache for any invading fleet. The Sabalo-class submarines lurk below. German Type 209 diesel-electric silent hunters. They wait in the deep Caribbean trenches. Torpedoes ready for any unsuspecting hull. Coastal defense missiles line the beaches. The Automat Mark II covers the horizon. Truck-mounted launchers move between hidden sites. The ocean is a kill zone for invaders. Pecheritu M batteries guard the naval bases. Surface-to-air missiles watching the sea spray. No aerial landing is safe from them. Layers of steel protect the strategic ports. The Navy stands ready for the clash. A wall of ships and hidden missiles. The sea will be a fiery battleground. The defense plan is now fully operational. Now we see the infantry's heavy tools. The AK-103 is the standard issue rifle. Modern Russian reliability in every soldier's hand. Produced locally for the nation's total defense. The Dragunov SVD provides long-range precision. Snipers watch the mountain passes and cities. One shot, one hit. From hidden positions, the eyes of the army never sleep. The FNFL remains in the reserve, a battle rifle legendary for its power. Used by the militia to guard neighborhoods, the right arm of the free world. RPG 7v2 launchers are everywhere today. Simple Russian tech that destroys heavy armor. Cheap to build, but deadly in the jungle. A nightmare for invading tank crews now. The Eglass Manpets watches. The low sky, portable missiles that hunt enemy fighter jets. Soldiers carry them into the deep woods, turning the jungle into a no-fly zone. Mopeds anti-tank missiles wait in silence. Israeli tech used to stop armored columns. Long-range guidance for high-impact kills. The roads are blocked by hidden fire. Special forces carry the FNP-90 submachine. Compact power for close-quarters jungle fighting. High-capacity magazines for intense skirmishes. The elite units strike and then vanish. M2 Browning machine guns guard the hills. The classic .50 caliber power still reigns. Heavy suppression fire against landing troops, a veteran weapon that never stops barking. Mortar teams set up in the valleys. The 2S-12 Sani delivers indirect heavy fire. Russian 120mm shells rain on the enemy. Precision bombing from behind the ridgelines. The infantry is the nation's final wall. Millions of rifles and hidden rocket teams. The ground will be contested every inch. Total resistance is the only standing order. Logistics and engineering units move fast. BRE. ML recovery vehicles. Pull-stalled tanks. Russian engineering keeping the armor mobile. The repair crews work under heavy fire. Fuel tankers move through the night fog, keeping the Su-30s and tanks running hot. The supply line is the Army's blood, guarded by the National Guard units. Electronic warfare units jam the enemy. Russian-made systems confusing U.S. radar signals, making the invisible visible to the defense. The silent war is fought in the airwaves. The national militia gathers in the towns, local citizens defending their own homes now. Lightly armed, but knowing every hidden trail, an endless sea of resistance for invaders. Command bunkers are buried deep in rock, protected from the heaviest bunker buster bombs. The High Command directs the total response. Communication stays live through the storm. Radar sights on the Andes Peak spin, watching the approach of the U.S. carriers, linking all the missile batteries together. The integrated defense is now fully awake. Medical units set up in the jungles, mobile hospitals hidden under the thick canopy, treating the wounded and returning them fast. The spirit of the defense remains unbroken. America's attack has met a steel wall. Venezuela's preparation was not a bluff today. Every scene has shown a piece of power. The total plan is working in unison. The world watches the final stand today. Two powers clashing in the Caribbean heat. Venezuela has used every weapon on list. The defense is holding against the odds. The struggle for the nation continues now. Will the defense plan hold the line? Only time will tell the final story. What part of the plan interests you?